very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to this midweek edition of Sports Tonight. My name is Toyin Ibichoye. I want to appreciate you for joining us and also promise that if you stay with us for the next 50 minutes, that I'll be bringing this show to you. We will be taking you on a trip around the exciting, fast-paced world of sports. And we will not just be dwelling on issues at home. We will also be taking you abroad, of course, to fill you in with all the major stories making the rounds globally as well on this midweek edition of the show. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. And together for the next 50 minutes, I'm sure we will be enjoying this exciting show. Let me start off the show tonight differently. Remind you that you have to play a part in that we're doing on the program tonight. We want to hear from you. It's very key that you talk to us. Of course, a lot of issues for us to talk about, for which we want you to contribute. And of course, one of such, as you can see on your screen, taking advantage of the platforms that you see on your screen, are the issues around the Share model and what kind of legacies we want to remember these guys for. All right, but we want you to talk to us, give us your own opinion to the issues tonight as we flow along on Facebook, on Twitter. Those that Facebook address, the Twitter handles tonight are going to be very active, and we'll be reading quite a number of your comments as we go along on the program tonight. So please get ready to flow along with us and take advantage of what you're seeing right there on your screen for feedback. All right. We also need to tell you that you can be a part of this all across the globe. You can watch us online, watch us on our website, www.channelstv.com. You could watch us on youtube.com/channelsweb. To view us on your BlackBerry, or your iPhone, or your iPad, on any of these platforms, just click on m.channelstv.com. It takes you straight to your home for the news. You are able to track everything that we're doing. And if you go one step further, which is to download the Channels app for iOS, for Android, for Windows, from their respective stores, it makes it even easier because you'll be able to follow every single thing that we're doing on Sports Tonight, real time, and keep track of all the shows, not just sports, health, politics, entertainment, business, everything that you want real time on channelstv.com. All right, so that's the much for feedback. And don't forget that as you participate and feed us back with your own thoughts, your own issues, your own reactions to all of these issues, we would like to ask you to tell us where your comments are coming from. Helps us to appreciate you even more as we interact on Sports Tonight this Wednesday. Let's start off, of course, with issues bordering on the Olympic Games. We're about 51 days now to the Olympic Games. But I want to start off with this one, not very good. About this time yesterday, we were celebrating our girls, the D Tigress, because of the remarkable performance in that game against Korea. We left it late, but we were able to win that game by 1 point, 70 to 69. We were jubilating, we were celebrating. But today, the story is a little different. These girls gallantly have crashed out of the race to be a part of Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Our qualification was no longer in our hands after we beat Korea 1-0 by 1 point, I beg your pardon, yesterday. We had to depend on Korea against Belarus, and unfortunately, the result from that game has not gone our way. So our women's senior team are out of Rio Olympic Games. They've been eliminated from the qualifying tournament in France because South Korea beat Belarus by a point, 66 to 65 points. So for Korea, they were mourning. They were in tears yesterday when they lost by a point to Nigeria. And today, the story is reversed. Nigeria are in mourning mood following Korea's 1 point win over Belarus. So Nigeria finished bottom of the group, Group C. Belarus finishing on top of the group, Korea finishing in second place, which means the top two teams will be qualifying. All three teams finished on 3 points, but Belarus and Korea finished ahead of Nigeria on superior points difference. because we suffered 11 points loss in the first game to Belarus. All right, so that's how it ended. We are out, but the girls really put up a show, and I think the girls should be proud of themselves, what they've been able to achieve. All right. As we go along on the show tonight, we'll try to establish contact with the camp of the D Tigress in Nantes, France. And once we are able to establish contact, we'll get across to the camp and, of course, talk to the team manager of the D Tigress. Interestingly, he's also the captain of the D Tigers. I'm talking about Olumide Oyedeji, but I'm not getting signals yet that is available to talk to us. Once we're able to establish contact with him via Skype, we will be going to France to speak with Olumide Oyedeji, just to find out what the mood is like for the girls. All right. So let's go on while we wait for that to come through. Let's still talk about the Olympic Games. I told you at the beginning of the show, the Olympic Games is just about 51 days away. And a lot of Nigerians are worried that looks like the slow pace of preparation for Team Nigeria is not giving anybody what to look forward to at the Olympic Games. Let's talk table tennis, and we want to talk about Nigeria's most decorated table tennis player. This guy is going for his 7th Olympic Games for Nigeria. I'm talking about Segun Toriola. He's unhappy with Team Nigeria's preparation for the Olympic Games, describing it, I mean, this is what he said, as the worst ever. Toriola going to the Olympic Games for the 7th time, the first African athlete to achieve that, says himself and the other athletes, he's talking about the table tennis players now are still in the dark regarding preparations for the games with just over a month and 10 days to the games. Toriola has already confirmed that the Rio Olympics will be his last, but he's hoping that the Olympics will also be his best ever. So a month and less than 2 months of the games, he says nothing has been hard, nobody knows what the preparations is like, and everybody is in the dark. He says this is the worst ever preparations for the Olympic Games he's ever seen of Nigeria. All right? Well, we will see in the days ahead what the reactions will be from the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation and, of course, from the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports. 51 days to the Olympic Games. Looks like things are growing too slowly for Team Nigeria, and we hope that things can pick up as we count down to the games. Still talking about the Olympics, this time let's talk about what everybody will be going to the Olympics to do, to win medals, gold, silver, or bronze. And we hope that Nigeria is able to get a lot of that. But just under 2 months to the opening ceremony, Brazil have unveiled the bronze, the silver, and the gold medals that the world's top athletes will be competing for at the Rio 2016 Olympics. According to officials, the design of the medals celebrates the strengths of the Olympic heroes and the forces of nature. The unveiling ceremony comes as Brazil races to complete all construction for venues ahead of the Olympic Games amidst setbacks. So let's see what those medals look like, what the athletes will be competing for. And for us in Nigeria, we hope we can come back with plenty of these medals. So sit back, let's find out more on Sports Tonight.